Morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning to you. Good evening. Good afternoon. If you're catching me on the replay side, it's your girl, LaShanda Henry here, aka Sister Sense. And today, what I want to do is I want to jumpstart your day in a good way. I want to share 7 powerhouse messages that my fellow girl bosses need to get here, or rather to hear, so that you guys can be motivated to slay the day and rock out your morning routines. Okay. So first and foremost, feel free to share this out because, of course, sharing is caring, number 1. And number 2, you can tag somebody who wants to hear this or needs to hear this too. Okay. So let's jump right into the conversation. Number 1, if you ever need a dose of inspiration, I want you to remember these words. Oprah was not built in a day. You know exactly what I mean when I say Oprah was not built in a day. So that's the first powerhouse message that I want to share with you this morning. Oprah was not built in a day. Okay, now, as for Beyonce, they say that number 1, she took 8 months. This woman took 8 months to perfect a 2-hour performance. That's what they say right now. She took 8 months to perfect a 2-hour performance. That's number 1. Number 2, then she took 12 months to work on and perfect a 2-hour movie and live album. And you sitting there and you going, look, I took 2 minutes. I took 2 minutes to market this thing and it didn't work the way I wanted to. So now I'm all up in my feelings. I get you. I know that sometimes when you birth that baby and you want it to be what you want it to be and you want to see the results that you want to see, it doesn't come as quickly as you would like. But at the end of the day, sometimes it takes 10 years to be an overnight success. Sometimes it takes a lot more time than we would like to master our craft, our marketing, and get into that sweet spot. So like I said, number 1, Oprah was not built in a day. You need to remember remind yourself of that one. Okay. Oprah was not built in a day. Number 2, like I said, they say she took over 8 months to perfect a 2-hour performance. That's mastery. That's mastering your craft. That's taking the time that you need to put your foot in it. So get out of your head, get out of your bed, and do it again. Do it again. Do it again. Keep doing it. Keep moving forward. Okay. I want you to think about that. I want you to think about that. Here's the deal. The next thing that I want to share with you, okay? The next thing that I want to share with you is one of my favorite powerhouse messages. And if any of these messages resonate with you, feel free to drop them into the comment box. I would also love it if you shared any powerhouse morning motivation messages that you personally love. Share those in here too, okay? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning to you. So listen, one of my favorite powerhouse messages in the morning. Real entrepreneurs spend a few years of their life doing what most people won't, so they can spend the rest of their lives living how most people can't. Who heard me? Who heard me on that one? Real entrepreneurs spend a few years of their life doing what most people won't, so they can spend the rest of their lives living how most people can't. Listen, real talk. If you're going to roll them eyes back when you get frustrated, if you're going to rant and tell me you can't, I don't want to be around you. Because at the end of the day, what you have to do is be an action taker, not an active talker. At the end of the day, what you got to do is you got to roll up your sleeves and do the work. One of my favorite messages is this. At the end of the day, and I need you guys to think about this, the only time success comes before work is in the dictionary. I read that quote somewhere and I just absolutely loved it. The only time success comes before work is in the dictionary. Real talk, before you become successful, you have to do the work, right? You cannot be an active talker. You have to be an action taker. And if you want to be one of those entrepreneurs who live their lives how most people can't, you got to do the stuff that most people won't. Every time you're resistant, every time you stop, every time you go, ooh, I don't feel like doing that. Ooh, I don't want to do that. You are blocking your blessing. One of my favorite messages. One of my favorite messages. Number 4, her success is not your failure. Come on now. Somebody write that down for me. Her success is not your failure. Real type. Real type. Real talk. Real talk. I want you to remember to remind yourself of this. Every time you look at another sister's bliss and you think to yourself, why not me? Because see, real talk, I want to make something crystal clear. Number one, you cannot compare your beginning to somebody else's middle. That's number one. And number two, I'm going to hurt somebody's feelings, but I got to be honest with you. You cannot complain about the results you didn't get from the work that you didn't do. How many times do you drop the ball? How many times do you fail to follow through? And you looking at her, right? You looking at her and she stayed with her eyes on the prize. In spite of what she gets distracted by, her eyes is always on the prize. In spite of what she hears, in spite of all them fears, her eyes is still on the prize. And you dropping the ball left, right, and center. You cannot complain about not getting the results from the work that you didn't do. Her success is not your failure. Write that down. Drop it in the comment box. Remember that every time you get all up in your feelings and the social media low self-esteem ball drops in your lap, you cannot compare your beginning to somebody else's middle. Number one. Number two, you cannot complain about not getting the results from the work that you didn't do. Number five, money. Money. Real talk, you don't have a money problem. You have an idea problem. You don't have a money problem. You have an action problem. You have a get out of your bed, get out of your head problem. You have a really and truly, you need to keep showing up so that you can grow up and glow up problem. At the end of the day, action kills all them fears. At the end of the day, action, let me be clear, is the way you're going to collect those coins, is the way you're going to secure that bag, is the way you're going to build that bank through action. And not only build the bank, but build your character, your confidence, and your courage too. What's stopping you from acting? One of my favorite quotes is, do something today that your future self will thank you for. Do something today that your future self will thank you for. If you're looking for more, if you're not quite getting the results that you're trying to see, what I want you to do is I want you to look in your daily habits and your routines. Because if you can't tell me that you can do something every single day, that in some way your future self is going to thank you for that action, you are not giving it 150%. And if you ain't giving it 150%, don't ask me for a cent. Don't ask me for $1. Don't ask me for a dime. Don't ask me for my time. You need to give it 150%. Do something today that your future self will thank you for. One more message for you today. Be kind to you. Be kind to you. The reality is that of all the people that you could possibly talk to in this life, in this world, you are going to talk to you the most. From the day you were born to the day that you die, the person that you talk to the most is you. So be kind to you. I want you to think about the last time you said something that triggered you, that stopped you, that prevented you from moving forward because you're so in your feelings and not as kind to you as you should be to you. Think about the things that you say to you that you wouldn't even say to your mama. You wouldn't say that to your mama. First of all, she smacked you upside your head. You wouldn't say that to your mama. You wouldn't say that to your best friend. So why are you saying those things to you? Why are you so harsh to you? Be kind to you. So those are the messages that I wanted to share with you today, because I feel like if you want to slay the day, if you want to rock out your morning routines, you got to get into the right headspace. You got to understand what it takes to be the kind of girl boss you want to be. So hopefully one of these powerhouse messages has resonated with you in some way today. Okay, this is LaShanda Henry here, aka Sister Sense, the creator of the Ultimate Girl Boss Bundle. Make sure that if you didn't get it, you go get it over at sistersense.com/UGBB. That's the place to be so that I can share over 100 audios, videos, challenges, and more to help you work on your money, marketing, and sales. Because my goal is to do my best to support you. My Ultimate Girl Boss Bundle is for you, my girl bosses out there looking to get clear about how to slay the day, the month, and every single year with strategy and intention. So alrighty, my dears, I hope you enjoyed this one. Till next time, take care. Mwah.